Episode 16, Holding On. Scene 1, Rafiki's Grim News. The scene opens in near silence. The den is bathed in the dying light of sunset, soft oranges and fading gold brushing across the stone walls. Outside, the savannah holds its breath. Inside, Rafiki leans back from Ronnie's side, his expression dark and still. The firelight flickers in his eyes, but there's no warmth in them now. Kian stands a few steps away, unmoving, his breath shallow. He's been watching, praying. Rafiki turns to him, voice gentle, but final. Rafiki. Her wounds are deep, too deep. I am sorry, Kian, she will not survive the night. The world stops. Kian's ears ring, the den fades into a blur of color and shape as the words crash over him like thunder. He blinks, shaking his head slowly, refusing to believe it. Kian. No, that's not true, it can't be. But Rafiki says nothing more. He bows his head and quietly steps away, leaving the silence behind. Scene 2, the memory. Kian sinks to his haunches, staring at Ronnie's broken body. Her chest rises and falls, barely. Her once glowing fur is dull, stained with blood. His heart clenches. Then, a memory. A year ago, returning to the Pride Lands. Ronnie had been badly injured by a pack of broad hyenas. She was injured and weak. But she survived. She healed. She became stronger. She gave birth to their cubs. Kian. She made it through that. She's strong. She has to survive this. But when he opens his eyes, the truth is waiting for him. She's worse than before. This time, there's no miracle in her breath. Just fragility. Just time, slipping away. Scene 3, Kian breaks down. He lowers his head to hers and touches his forehead to her cheek. Her fur is cold, sticky with blood. Still, she breathes. Barely. Kian trembles. A single tear slides down his face. Then another. Kian. Please, don't leave me. Don't leave them. Don't leave us. And the dam breaks. His body collapses against hers as sobs rack his frame. No words, no roar, just the sound of a lion's heart breaking in the dark. Scene 4, a desperate gesture. Hours pass. Kian lifts his head slowly, eyes swollen with grief, but not empty. Not yet. He leans down and begins to lick her wounds, gently, carefully, as if the sheer act of love might be enough to hold her here. Kian. You stayed with me when I was broken. You never gave up on me. He pauses, trembling. Kian. Let me return the favor, please, just hold on. His tongue moves slowly over the deepest cuts, his touch both tender and trembling with desperation. Scene 5, through the night. Night descends like a curtain. Outside the den, the stars scatter across the sky, bright and distant. The world grows quiet, as if listening. Inside, Kian does not move. He lies curled around Ronnie, her body nestled in the shelter of his own. His eyes stay open. He does not eat. He does not speak. He does not sleep. He simply stays. I'm here, Ronnie. I'm not going anywhere. The camera pulls back slowly, past Kian and Ronnie's entwined forms, past their sleeping cubs nearby, unaware of the weight their parents carry. Out to the edge of Pride Rock. The savannah below stretches vast and silent. Somewhere in that silence, hope is still there. Episode 17, A Breath Between Worlds. Scene 1, Cammy wakes. The night is silent. The moon casts a silver glow over the Pride Lands, its light drifting through the den's entrance like a soft veil. Crickets sing faintly in the distance. Inside the den, Kian hasn't moved. His eyes are red, his face hollow with exhaustion, but he stays curled around Ronnie's fragile form, unwilling to surrender to sleep. A faint shuffle breaks the stillness. Tiny paw steps echo across the stone. Cammy, their eldest cub, emerges from the shadows. Her eyes are wide, her fur rumpled with sleep. She pauses in the doorway, blinking at the sight before her, her mother, still and pale, cradled tightly in her father's arms. Cammy. Dad, what's wrong with Mom? Kian turns slowly, his voice rough with emotion but calm. Kian. She's resting. She needs quiet. Please, sweetheart. Go stay with Grandpa Simba. Just for a little while. Cammy hesitates. Her gaze lingers on her mother. Her tiny chest quivers, and a tear slips from her eye. Cammy. Is she going to be okay? Kian swallows hard. Keon. She's strong, like you. Cammy gives a faint nod, turns, and vanishes into the night, her small sobs echoing long after she's gone. Scene 2, The Vigil. Keon lowers his head again, resting it softly against Ronnie's. He breathes with her, slow, shallow, fragile. The night stretches on, stars shift in the sky. Keon. You're still here, I can feel it. You're fighting, you always fight. He doesn't blink, doesn't eat, doesn't move. He just waits. Scene 3, The Frantic Breathing. Suddenly, Ronnie shifts. Her chest jerks, her breathing becomes erratic, rapid, panicked gasps for air. Her eyes flutter, her limbs twitch. Keon bolts upright, heart racing. Keon. Ronnie, I'm here. Just breathe. Come on, breathe. Stay with me. But then, everything goes still. Her chest falls, and doesn't rise. Silence. Keon freezes. The horror hits before the reality. And then, his entire world crumbles. Keon. No, 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 please, Ronnie, come back. Don't do this. Not now. Not after everything. We were so close. Please. He collapses over her, his sobs tearing through the quiet like thunder through clouds. Keon. I need you. The Cubs need you. Please. The seconds feel like centuries. Scene 4, A breath returns. Then. A gasp. A sharp, painful inhale cuts through the silence. Ronnie's chest rises again. Her eyes flutter, her mouth opens, searching for air. She breathes, rapid, broken, but alive. Keon jerks up, stunned. Keon. Ronnie. Her gaze meets his, just for a second. It's weak, faint, but real. Keon. You're here, you're still here. He presses his forehead against hers, his tears still flowing, but now joined by a faint, shaking smile. Keon. You came back to me, I knew you would. He wraps himself around her, carefully but firmly, like a shield. His voice is soft, full of reverence. Keon. Rest now, I've got you, we're going to be okay. The camera slowly pulls back. The den fades into darkness, with only the moonlight casting silver across their bodies. Outside, the first glow of dawn begins to warm the edge of the world. Episode 18, To Save What Matters. Scene 1, Signs of Hope. Morning breaks gently over the savannah. In the den, Ronnie lies still, her chest rising and falling slowly. Her breathing is stronger, some color has returned to her fur. Kian remains curled at her side, bleary-eyed and silent. Ronnie. Still here. Kian. Always. Ronnie exhales with a slight smile before closing her eyes again. For the first time in days, hope has a heartbeat. Scene 2, The assault begins. But peace doesn't last. From beyond the hills, war cries rise. Scar's final assault has begun. A massive force of hyenas, rogue lions, jackals, and buzzards charges across the plains toward Pride Rock. The Pride scrambles to respond. Kiara and Kovu led the counterattack, commanding attention and respect. The whispers begin. The future queen is leading us. Kiara and Kovu, this is their pride now. Simba, Nala, Fuli, Besh, Ono, Bunga, Anaga and the Night Pride fall in behind them, forming a wall of resistance. But the enemy is overwhelming. Inside the den, Ronnie hears the chaos, and tries to stand. She collapses instantly, groaning. Scene 3, The Cost of War. Hyenas break through a flank. They spot the weakened Ronnie crawling near the edge of the den and pounce. She screams. Kian hears it from across the battlefield. Kian. Ronnie. He charges back through the war zone, eyes blazing. He claws and blasts his way through the hyenas until he reaches her. Ronnie lies broken again, worse than before. Kian. No, not again. You can't go. You can't leave me. Scene 4, The Last Hope. Rafiki arrives and quickly inspects her. Rafiki. She is fading. Her spirit is strong, but her body is failing. The healing pools at the Tree of Life, that may be her only hope. Ronnie. Kian, don't blame yourself. I love you. More than anything. Kian. Then stay for me. Scene 5, The Decision. Kiara and Kovu arrive to find Kian lying beside Ronnie's limp body. They see the pain in his eyes, and the weight of the choice before him. Kian. I have to take her to the Tree of Life. Please, protect the Pride Lands while I'm gone. Kiara. Go. We've got this. Bring her back. Kovu. Everyone thinks this pride belongs to us, but it was always you protecting it. Now let us return the favor. Kian nods. Scene 6. The journey begins. Kian lifts Ronnie onto his back, blood staining his golden fur. With one final look toward his home, he turns and begins to run. The sounds of battle fade behind him as he disappears into the horizon. Scene 7. Bhutanese guard returns. As all hope seems lost, the sky fills with silhouettes. Bhutanese guard, a team of powerful lionesses who had been scouting the far lands, charges down into the battlefield. Bhutanese, sleek and commanding, roars into the chaos. Bhutanese. Until the Pride Lands end. The rest of her guard. Lion Guard defend. Her elite squad crashes into Scar's forces like a tidal wave. Trained for war, they strike fast, flank wide, and turn the tide. Kiara. Bhutanese, you're back. Bhutanese. Didn't think we'd miss the fight, did you? She joins Kiara and Kovu on the front line, and the Pride begins to push back. Episode 19, A New Life. Scene 1, Arrival at the Tree of Life. The sun hangs low behind the mountains as Kian finally reaches the Tree of Life, his body battered, his spirit worn, but still moving, for her. Ronnie, barely clinging to consciousness, lies slumped across his back. As he stumbles past the gates, healers and Night Pride members rush forward. Kian. Please, she needs help. She doesn't have much time. The golden glow of the healing pools reflects in Kian's eyes as he gently lowers her in. As the water ripples around her wounded body, a soft breeze passes through the trees. Queen Janna's spirit, unseen, but felt. Scene 2, Time and Healing. The next days pass in quiet agony. Kian barely eats, barely sleeps. He stays at Ronnie's side as the healing waters begin their work. Slowly, her wounds close. Her breathing grows deeper. The color returns to her fur. One night, her eyes open. Ronnie. You stayed. Kian. Always. She reaches a paw out and places it against his cheek. In that moment, words aren't needed. Their love has already said enough. Scene 3, A Surprising Discovery. As they prepare to leave, a healer lioness, kind-eyed and wise, gently takes Kian aside. Healer. She's healing well, but that's not all. There's life growing inside her. Kian's eyes widen. Kian. She's pregnant. The healer nods. Kian turns, breathless, and rushes to Ronnie, who is just stepping out of the pool, steady on her paws for the first time in weeks. Kian. Ronnie, we're having another cub. Ronnie. I didn't even realize, with everything that happened. She lowers her gaze, then slowly lifts it, her eyes shimmering with awe. Ronnie. We're still growing, even through all this. Kian places a paw over her stomach, his expression one of quiet awe and deep resolve. Scene 4, A Difficult Choice. That night, Kian walks alone by the waterfall, the roar of the water echoing the turmoil in his heart. Kian. How can I take her back to war? To pain? I won't make that mistake again. He makes his decision. They will stay at least until the war ends. Until the world is safe again. Ronnie, listening nearby, steps forward. Ronnie. You don't have to explain. I know you want to protect your kingdom, but it's not safe. Kian. I can't protect our family if I'm always running toward danger. We stay, for now. Scene 5, New Life, New Hope. Months pass, the Tree of Life is quiet. Peaceful, in the distance, the world still burns, but here, life blossoms. One soft morning, Ronnie goes into labor. Kian is there, steady and strong, her rock. And then, a cry. A small, strong cub is born, covered in golden fur with faint brown streaks like both his parents. Kian. A son, a miracle. They name him Tamu, grace or hope. He curls against Ronnie's side, eyes closed, safe. Scene 6, the future in question. Later that night, Kian and Ronnie sit just outside the den, watching Tamu sleep. The moonlight casts a soft glow on the cliffs around them. Kian. When the war's over, we should go back. To the Pride Lands. They'll need protection, real protection. Bhutanese guard wasn't ready. They didn't hold it together when it counted. Ronnie. Key on the Tree of Life is our home. We were chosen to protect it. We were crowned as king and queen there. We've been away for too long. We can't abandon that again. Kian. And what about the Pride Lands? That's where I was born. That's where my family lives. That's where our cubs will grow up unless we choose otherwise. Ronnie. The tree of life is just as sacred to me. It's more than a home, it's a sanctuary. We fought for it too, and it's not right to leave it without a ruler for much longer. Kian. If that any had been ready, maybe I'd agree. But we saw what happened. If we're not there to rebuild, everything Scar worked to destroy will fall again. Ronnie. Maybe, but if we leave the tree of life again, who leads it? Are we just going to keep bouncing between kingdoms, hoping someone else picks up the pieces behind us? The silence hangs between them. The tension isn't anger, but fear. Love, uncertainty. Kian. I don't have the answer yet. But one day soon we'll have to decide where we belong. They look back at their sleeping cubs, both knowing the future won't be as peaceful as this moment, but hoping they can hold on to it just a little longer. Scene 7. Looking ahead. That evening, as the stars begin to appear, Kian stands at the edge of the cliffs, looking out toward the distant horizon. Behind him, Ronnie sleeps with Tamu nestled beside her. Kian. Peace found us here, but others still fight. My home still suffers. He closes his eyes, the wind rustling his mane. Kian. I will return. I will finish what I started. For my pride. For our future. As the scene fades, we hear the gentle sound of a heartbeat, mingling with the breeze. New life. A new beginning, but not the end. Episode 20. The Final Stand. Scene 1. The Message. A hawk swoops down at the Tree of Life, landing near Kian. Attached to its leg is a scroll marked with Scar's seal. Kian unrolls it and reads aloud. Scar's message. Return and face me, Kian. If you do not, you will never see your family again. I have them all. Cammy, Kiara, Kovu, Simba, Nala. One more day, and they will die. Kian's paws tremble, his eyes darken. Kian, he's crossed a line he can't come back from. Ronnie, he's threatening our children. He's finished. Despite the danger, Kian and Ronnie decide they must return, bringing their fragile newborn cub, Tamu, with them. They have no choice. Scene 2. The Ambush. As they near Pride Rock, a sudden ambush erupts. Hyenas and rogue lions leap from the shadows. Their goal, take the cub. Kian and Ronnie, both still recovering, unleash fury. Kian uses the roar, flattening enemies. Ronnie fights with rage unmatched. They defend Tamu with every ounce of strength. Kian, you'll never touch my family again. They break through and race toward Pride Rock. Scene 3. The Rescue. Inside Pride Rock's caves, Kian finds his family bound and weak but alive. With a quick swipe of his claws, he frees them. Kiara, you came back. Kian, I'll always come back. Cammy and Akina, Daddy. Kian pulls his daughters into a hug, then looks to Ronnie, who nods. Kian, it ends tonight. Scene 4. The Final Battle. Setting. The skies darken above the Outlands. Thunder rolls. Atop the charred cliffs stand Scar and Zira. Behind them, the last of their army snarls. Scar, so the boy returns, with his little queen. Come to die in the dirt like your grandfather? Kian, no more games, Scar. No more fear, no more you. Kian and Ronnie charge. The battle explodes. Kian versus Scar. Scar is agile and ruthless. Kian, though weary, is focused. They clash on a narrow ledge. Scar, you're not your father. Kian, no, I'm better. Kian pins Scar, unleashes the roar, and sends him hurtling into a fire-lit chasm. Ronnie versus Zira. Zira attacks with pure fury. Ronnie holds her own, despite her wounds. She uses Zira's momentum, flips her, and pins her. Ronnie, for the Pride Lands, for our cubs. Zira is left unconscious and defeated. Scene 5. A Fragile Peace. As dust settles, a scarred lion steps forward. And Gnome Lion, I fought for Scar, but I see now it was a mistake. May I join your pride? Simba, we do not forget, but we do forgive. You may join us, if you fight for peace now. Scene 6. Tragedy on the cliff. Evening falls. As peace returns, a Scar loyalist hidden during the battle charges from the shadows. Simba and Nala are near the cliff's edge. He slams into them. Kiara, Dad. Kovu, no, wait. Simba shields Nala but they both tumble. Kiara grabs Simba's paw, it slips. Kian, no. Simba and Nala fall into the gorge. The Pride watches in horror. Ronnie, they're gone. Scene 7, The Crown and the Sky. That night, Pride Rock is silent. Kovu stands atop it where Simba once did Kiara at his side. Kion, we did what we had to, but the cost. 2 stars shine brighter now. Kovu, we carry them with us. Their legacy lives through us. They live in you, Kiara. He lets out a powerful roar. The Pride joins. The circle is broken and reforged. Scene 8, A new future begins. Days later, Kian calls a meeting at Pride Rock. Kian, today we honor my parents. And tomorrow, we rebuild. Kiara steps forward with Kovu. The Pride joins them. The crowd roars in agreement. Kian turns to Ronnie, who smiles gently. Kiara, let's make the future they died for. Kian nods, holding Tamu close. The camera pans up to the stars, where Simba and Nala shine. Narrator, the circle continues through courage, through love, through legacy.